Trump's administration has been nothing but a series of cover-ups. It began with pardoning the January 6th insurrectionists, hiding the shady truths of his first term. The Epstein files have also been swept under the rug. Now, the biggest cover-up may be his health. Physically and mentally, Trump is reportedly struggling, and his team is desperate to hide it. The signs are obvious. His sudden disappearance, the family's reactions, and especially Melania's recent behavior are all telling. Today, a shocking report has sparked a scandal around Trump's health. But before we dive into Melania's role, let's look at another family member who's reacting strongly: Eric Trump. Eric Trump suffers total meltdown over wild rumor about his dad. Eric Trump hit back at rampant speculation over his father's health, blaming the left for fueling the rumors and calling them twisted. Trump's third child, with his late first wife, Ivana, lashed out Sunday after a flurry of death rumors spread during the president's 4-day public absence last week. The radical left is so sick and twisted, he posted on Twitter. Trump's health has come under fierce scrutiny amid a series of physical ailments, including swollen cankles, bruising on his hands, problems walking straight, and various mental gaffes. Speculation hit a fever pitch last week, buoyed by recent reporting about the president's physical ailments and the fact that the 79-year-old hasn't been seen publicly for 4 days. But the president ground the rumor mill to a halt when he emerged Saturday to play golf at Trump National Golf Club in Sterling, Virginia, and declared on Truth Social, "Never felt better in my life." Eric Trump reposted his father's declaration on X, but was reminded by one follower about comments he made about former President Joe Biden's health in the lead-up to the winning the 2020 election. Why is no one in the media willing to discuss Biden's seemingly apparent cognitive decline? This is a U.S. presidential election. Frankly, the potential of this condition heading into the White House must be addressed. As uncomfortable, sad, and difficult as the topic may be, he said. Also in May this year, Eric's father retruth a post reading: "Biden clones, doubles, and robotic-engineered soulless mind entities are what you see," suggesting that Biden had been replaced by non-human beings absent since known to the Democratic Party. The Trump death rumors had also been intensified by comments made by Vice President J.D. Vance days before he told USA Today that he was prepared to step in if a tragedy befell the president. So much like their father, and especially Eric and, I guess, Don Jr., mostly Trump's kids are screw-ups, only bringing more attention to this matter. But the person who really did was Melania Trump. But before we get into how, I kind of want to start with the hypocrisy, of course, baked into all of this, was pointed out by Jasmine Crockett on Melania.
And since we're talking about integrity, I'm confused as to why my Republican colleagues aren't talking about the lack of integrity when it comes to the president's family's visas. Let me remind y'all that Melania, the First Lady, a model, and when I say model, I'm not talking about Tyra Banks, Cindy Crawford, or Naomi Campbell level, applied for and was given an EB-1 visa. And what that stands for is an Einstein visa. Now, y'all that don't know, let me tell you how you receive an Einstein visa. You're supposed to have some sort of significant achievement, like being awarded a Nobel Peace Prize or a Pulitzer, being an Olympic medalist, or having other sustained extraordinary abilities and success in sciences, arts, education, business, or athletics. Last time I checked, the First Lady had none of those accolades under her belt. It doesn't take an Einstein to see that the math ain't mathin' here.
It's obvious that Donald Trump is trying to hide both his cognitive and physical decline. And it's equally clear that Melania Trump hasn't exactly been a strategic presence. But now, in this second Trump administration, her sudden appearances may be stirring more trouble than ever. After a Twitter user spotted her out and about in D.C., attention to Trump's health intensified, and the situation is gaining even more scrutiny, as this report shows right here. Trump health. Walter Reed trends after exuser claims Melania's sudden visit to medical center. Speculation about Donald Trump's health reignited after a Twitter user claimed to have spotted Melania Trump at Walter Reed Medical Center in Washington, D.C. on August 28th. The unverified post quickly went viral with Walter Reed trending online and fueling rumors that Trump may have been hospitalized. Some claim Trump had not been seen in public days, of course, sparking hashtags like "Where is Trump?" and "He then Trump died." While engagement dropped after Trump was spotted heading to his golf course the following day, and he later addressed the speculation on Truth Social, the alleged sighting of Melania at Walter Reed has reignited the frenzy. We don't have any photos confirming Melania Trump's alleged appearance at Walter Reed, nor do we know if Donald Trump even visited the hospital. But that's exactly the point. The mere possibility of her being there has sparked a frenzy of speculation, highlighting a full-blown White House cover-up. The fact that people are grasping at any clue about Trump's health should make it clear that his condition is serious and needs scrutiny. Independent media has been raising concerns about his cognitive decline since he announced his 2024 run, pointing to a man whose faculties are clearly deteriorating. It's astonishing that someone his age, with such evident decline, could be president, not to mention the broader issues of misconduct and lack of character. And this isn't the only cover-up happening. As Robert Garcia points out, the Epstein files remain another major secret being hidden.
Do Democrats and Republicans agree about what it means to be transparent in this situation? Do you see a bipartisan effort here?
I mean, look, there's been some bipartisanship when Democrats forced the release of the Epstein files, and we actually got a few Republicans to vote with us because they really weren't interested and had not been interested in transparency. I will be there with Chairman Comer. There'll be other Democrats and Republicans as we listen to the victims. I've said from day one, they have to be centered in what is happening right now. There have been horrific crimes, sexual abuse, trafficking that has happened to these women, in some cases children. And so we are very focused on transparency for the American public. We don't understand why Attorney General Bondi, why the White House continue to stonewall the full release of the documents. We have sent the subpoena out. Those documents should be in our hand. Now, this week, we're going to hear from a lot of the actual victims. We look forward to that. It's also very important that people remember the horrific tragedy and violence that they all endured.
It is important. And to that point, Ro Khanna, they're teasing that explosive press conference that we may see on Wednesday. How do you make sure that these victims are not being essentially exploited for political gain by either party?
Look, I think that's obviously really important. We have been, the Oversight Committee, certainly those of us Democrats have been working very carefully with the families, with the representatives of any victims. Ro Khanna, of course, is a member of our committee. And so we're all working at the end of the day to ensure that we get justice for the victims and that, most importantly, they are protected in the ways that they need to be protected. And so that has been our focus, and we've been fighting for transparency. We don't understand why the White House continues to cover this up and why Donald Trump, after campaigning years on this topic, has now flip-flopped. And so I hope that the work that happens this week, that the stories that everyone's going to hear from the victims at the press conference, at the roundtable that we're having tomorrow, I hope that motivates not just the White House, but our Republican colleagues to fully support bipartisan transparency as it relates to the Epstein files.
The Oversight Committee has also now requested suspicious activity reports from the Treasury Department related to Jeffrey Epstein. These SARs, as they're called, have to do with red flags that may have been missed in Epstein's financial transactions. What do you hope maybe learn from them? And is this just another continuation of the drip, drip, drip of information that we are getting as opposed to just a full dump of the files?
At the end of the day, I think that what we want are the full files, and that clearly continues to be stonewalled. Look, I appreciate any additional efforts that we can achieve as it relates to transparency. The more that we can get, the more documents. If there are concerns, and certainly I share those, around the way this case has been handled. And certainly there's concerns the way Alex Acosta, Trump's former labor secretary, who put together Jeffrey Epstein's original sweetheart deal, how that all came to be, what the government has known, what we have in our possession as it relates to documents, all of that information should be available to the public. When I have been home the last few days, and I'm talking to folks here in the community, everyone is asking me, when are the full files going to be released? They don't care who's on the list. They don't care how powerful those people are or what political party that they're in. They just want justice for the victims, and they want the truth.
We need to push this relentlessly, every single day. While the mainstream media has touched on the Epstein story, it's nowhere near enough. The pressure has to stay constant. We're going to be talking about this every day. And if you want to support that, as always, you can hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and if you stuck around to the end, drop a blue heart in the comments. And until next time, I will see you soon.